AFTV, James, I'm going to give you a lot of credit, right? Because before the start of the game, when it was announced that Cedric was starting, you raised your hands up in the air and you went, yes! And we all turned around to you and said, yeah, what? Cedric's starting. Wow, wowee. Right? And you said, no, listen, this guy should... Well, you explain why you were so infused that Cedric was starting, and he proved you right with a brilliant performance.
Yeah, he was really good today, and I'm really happy. I feel a little, what's the word, vindicated in that sense.
I know, you feel a bit snug.
I do.
That's the word.
Yeah.
I know you're feeling snug now. You know what I mean? I got it right. You did. Tell us why.
I think when I was looking at our full-backs, especially at right back, you saw Maitland-Niles, good on the ball, but not necessarily the most effective in the final third. Bellerin, quite effective in the final third because of his pace, but actually I don't think the ball control is necessarily there, or necessarily the intelligence of football. I mean in terms of like knowing what to do in certain situations at times. He's more of an instinctive player. When I looked at Cedric, I thought he might not be quite as good. He's not as fast as Bellerin. He's not quite as good and composed as Maitland-Niles. But actually, he's a more complete player, I thought he's got a good delivery. And I just felt that it was also partly the fact that I saw a lot of people criticising him. Why did we give him a 4-year deal? Why did we sign him? What a waste of money. I thought, what are we judging that on? What are we basing that on? He's looked fine when he's come in. I think I was just more sticking up for the little man a little bit. But I knew there was a good player in there. And I've got to be honest, I didn't think he'd be that good today. I thought he was absolutely class, better than Tierney. But I'm happy because there's a good player in there. People are really slagging him off, and I'm glad he's proven
and
his
it
worth.
brought a balance to the team, didn't it? Because
Absolutely.
It wasn't... We've seen in previous games, it's just been all down the left-hand side. Tierney has been phenomenal. But he brought a balance because the threat weren't just down one side no more. As a matter of fact, the threat was more down his side than any other side.
Yeah, that's the best bit. We spent the whole first third of the season saying everything's down the left, we've got nothing the other way. And suddenly you put Saka down there and Cedric as well's come in. And, you know, if you're the Newcastle back four or whoever, you know, it's hard to know which way they're going to come. And you've got to be switched on at all times. So, yeah, I thought Cedric was fantastic. And what I really liked about that assist for the third goal, wasn't it? He didn't just get to the byline and smash it in. He realised he had time to take it forward and pick out a pass. And that's what I mean by intelligence. And I kind of always thought he had that. So I'm glad he's shown it today.
Yeah, and big game for Aubameyang. He's been getting a lot of stick recently, but, you know, I heard somebody describe him today as the next Ozil. New contract, then does nothing. It was too vital. I mean, the first goal came at a vital time. You know, Newcastle, they were just starting to dig in, and superb goal.
Yeah, and I'm so happy for him. What a relief, because he's so likeable. You want him to do well, and he's carried us, and he's got so much credit in the bank that you sort of... A lot of fans stood by him, and rightly so. I'm so glad. There are a few who were turning. I said he shouldn't start today, and I was proven wrong. But I always, whenever I said that, it was always with the caveat of, but I still love him, and I still think there's a great player in there. Absolutely delighted for him. Hopefully this is the start of a longer run. I do think he looks a little awkward still on the left at times. It doesn't come naturally to him, that position, but he still scores goals. And actually against Palace in the Newcastle FA Cup game and today, even though he was missing chances, I was actually happy he was getting the chances. I think DT said it because that's kind of I'm more worried when they're not getting the chance and you're thinking, oh my God, they look anonymous here. At least if he was missing them, you're thinking, right, it will come. Eventually one will fall in and he'll get back into the pattern. So, yeah, absolutely delighted for him.
Yep, and Partey. A good performance by him today as well.
Yeah, look at this smile on my face. Because he can do the running, the sort of the dirty stuff, the tackling and all the sort of the bits that aren't necessarily as fun to watch. But then he can ping a pass out, you know, from back to front. He can switch it left. He makes it look so easy. And the thing I liked about him today, he was probably the best player on the pitch. I honestly don't think he ever got out of second gear. I honestly think, I'm not saying this was his conscious mentality, but I think subconsciously he thought, Newcastle, breeze. And he absolutely played like it was a breeze. And I think if we were struggling for a goal, he'd have raised his level even more. We are so lucky to have him. I still think Xhaka was very good today. I want to get that out there. I've been a big critic of Xhaka. I thought he was very good today. He looks very assured next to Partey. El Neni, he raised his level at Old Trafford next to Partey. So Partey's got that ability to do that. He's got the ability to get the best out of those around him, which is a very special attribute. Not a lot of players can do that. But I would like to see us give him a proper partner in midfield, a Fabregas type, a deep line playmaker. You know, Partey can do that, he can play. But Fernandinho could play at City, but that doesn't mean that he didn't need the Silvas and the De Bruynes around him. So let's give him a proper midfield. Let's not do what we did with Ozil, which is not give him the right players around him. Let's give Partey the right players. And I think we've got a world-class midfielder now, but I think we're going to see a genuinely world-class central midfielder over, hopefully, the next 4 years.
Today's show is sponsored by Profit Accumulator, the #1 match betting service in the UK. Match betting is different to gambling. With gambling, you bet on one side, and if that side loses, you lose. With match betting, you bet on both sides. That means no matter what the outcome, you're a winner. When you sign up to Profit Accumulator, they will walk you through the whole process of how to do match betting, and as long as you follow what they tell you, you cannot lose. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description right now for your free trial, and you can start earning some real cash.